Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Armageddon, and I think this is the last mission for Glory for Macragge, or Glory of Macragge, I think it is. We are making good progress here, turn 13 of 40. We've got a bunch of trench lines that we got to clear out. We're starting to capture the center of the map now, though. Oof, got some counterattack there. But we've taken the left side of the screen, and we've also done the bottom as well with the salamander reinforcements that they gave us. So now we're just trying to advance our guys. We've got to fight into the center. Okay, this is going to be problematic, I can tell already. Yeah, all my Hellfire Dreadnoughts are too far away. Alright, he's down. Let's get you here. I think you just need to reinforce since you suffered so many losses. There's Thraka there, so that's the Thraka model there. That's a special war boss that has a melee attack as well. So that's why he's got such a strong mega armored knobs around him there. I guess we'll attack here. Attack there. And then that's got freaking 4, so that must be his special fortress there with the bonus models. That's twice the amount of forces it normally does. So that thing's going to do a shit ton of damage to us. We're going to have to try to take out some of these vehicles and things too. So, but he's going to have a high enough score for his damage that he's probably going to attack me every turn. We were able to kill one of the tanks here, so that worked out well. I'm actually surprised. I would have thought these guys would have been going ham on me. Unfortunately, because of the map being so big, it's taken me quite a bit of time to get the rest of my forces where they need to be, so I can start shooting into these mega armored knobs. I guess we just heal with some of these guys. Start shooting there. Yeah, it's like we gotta take out this whole top trench field yet. And then the center. And then there's a whole nother base, it looks like. Yeah, okay, so now they're starting to go aggro crazy on us. This is kind of what I was expecting to happen. Is because once they start doing some damage to you and they get the model kills, it seems to change the AI's calculation on what can be damaged and what can't. And then it just starts attacking you like crazy. And they tend to focus fire down on your units that are injured. As I suppose they should, but we gotta take out this, yeah, the Skullhammer Battle Fortress, I think is his version. Couldn't do it. Pull you back. Run you up here, punch him down. Alright, so at least we took him down, but now we've got all these guys over here, and there's other war bosses. We've got to drop some of these guys down. Because I don't want them just attacking my dreadnought straight up. Because I am not going to be able to do enough damage here. Pull you back. I see all these guys have suffered losses now. Let's just reinforce you, I guess. Bring you up to here. Shoot there. If I bring you up to here, if I can get some more snipers involved, then I can maybe create a wall of bodies over here. Ugh. I think I just gotta sit back here and just camp out for a little bit. I think he just got too much stuff for me to have to worry about right now. I was hoping to largely avoid this top trench line right now. I don't think that's realistic with the current situation here. Alright, what do we got? I'll send you over here. I got some Hellfire Dreadnoughts, which probably need to be used to drop war bosses and these thunder cannons. Yeah, so he's got the double shooter and then he's got the power claw, so he can actually hurt you in melee, unlike their traditional war bosses, which suck in melee, which is very strange that they only gave him the ranged weapon. They used the regular war boss as a scout. Is effectively how that works, a scout with leadership. Kind of like the command squad, but at least the command squad has a melee attack too. So it's kind of weird how they nerfed the war boss. You'd think that would be like one of your biggest units and they would limit how many you would have, but I guess it doesn't really work that way in this game. This game gives you the total freedom to have whatever constellation of forces you want. So in that aspect, that's actually, I'm kind of glad they did that, because it does make it a more enjoyable experience that you're not like, oh, you can only have 3 of these and 2 of these. It's like you've got 20 units that you can use on this mission. Use whatever force selection you want. Alright, does anybody else have an attack left? Got forces over there. I actually would have thought Thraka would be hiding in the forest there, but I guess he's hiding out at this main camp here with his huge-ass army of mega armored knobs. And these guys look like just kind of regular setup. Guys are too strong for these infantry forces to get over there. Ah, shit. That was 12 damage. Artillery are attacking me. Start working on those support fires. You can reinforce. Yeah, look at that. I'm already down to less than 3,000 now. I'm still working on taking out the Thraka and his boys. Alright, I gotta get out. I gotta take out those big shooters. I hope he doesn't have a war boss on the lines. Damn it. Alright, they're down. Let's kill some of these guys. I'm at 2,400. I think we just have to focus these tank busters down. Pull you back so you can refit. Holy crap. Barely doing any damage. You can start attacking there. Maybe I pull you guys up too. Start shooting with your Yeah, see, your predator's too weak. You guys will get killed. Maybe I start shifting you around the side, so maybe I can start flanking some of these support cannons, or support shooters. If my dreadnoughts are taking out some of the mega armor knobs, then maybe that can aggro some of the mega armor knobs to get off of the trenches so I can kill them quicker. Yeah, see, I can't even kill them right now. Or attack them because they still do too much damage at 28 models with a broken morale. Yeah, I guess you got your missile launchers. Might as well just do a little bit of damage there. Get you up here for next time, so you're ready to maybe fight. We've got some snipers here. Alright, what else we got? Put you here, you're probably going to get damaged, right? So let's put you back there. Alright, that looks good. I'm still attacking me. More vehicles. Let's get you there. Let's bring you up to here. Here. Shoot there. Yeah, I don't really care about these guys. I just want to get some kills. Keep things moving here. I feel like I'm stalling. Should have attacked with the dreadnoughts first. At least that would have saved some damage. But my poor dreadnoughts are suffering so much damage right now that I need to kill some of these guys so I can get them out of here and then refit them. Those are regular knobs. Let's get you down here to start focusing on that artillery. Shoot there. Oh my god, still couldn't kill him. He's down. That should keep those fire drakes out of his vision. Rushing you up here. Lock those guys down. It's going to take forever to kill these mega armor knobs at this rate. Yep, here they come. At least he's off of the trench line for a couple of those guys. So that by itself may actually be worthwhile. Alright, support fires down. Let's get you on the trench to stop those mega armor knots from getting back on it. He's down to 20, 15, 14, 13, 0. Nice. Let's lock Throck onto that building. Alright, nice. They're finally pushing and making some progress again. Oh, that was a shitty roll. Damn, that was two. Alright, start taking out their support fire. Alright, and I guess let's advance you up here to start working on those tank bustas. Now you can slowly start sniping down Thraka, who's got max experience, which means it's going to take forever to kill him, because he's going to have extra damage. But the nice thing is that it'll also allow me to farm him for a bunch of experience as well. Since my poor dreadnoughts have been suffering so many casualties, that they likely... Oh, that's quite a bit. Well, let's do it. Guess I'd rather just drop them. Yeah, Sternguard can't do shit. So I might as well just pull you back. Yeah, I don't know if it's really beneficial at all to kill those guys, because all I'm doing is feeding them experience then. Just gonna take it even longer until I can get some kills. So let's just pull you back. Yes, even you are gonna take quite a bit of damage here. It's gonna wipe out a third of your squad if I attack. Which is interesting to me because those fire drakes did so much better than the Centurion did. Then I guess the Centurion also has quite a bit more experience. So maybe that allows him to get more shots and do more damage. Alright. Success. Let's move you up into there. You guys can start shooting into these mega armored knobs up here. Nice. Probably really should be restoring some of these guys. Bring you up here. Careful we don't accidentally overextend ourselves here. there. Okay. Guess let's just bring you there. Alright, so we're working on the top trench line. Way easier to kill those guys now that they're not in the trenches anymore. Let's get you there so he doesn't refit. You keep attacking there. Let's see, you haven't attacked yet. Get you down here. Capture all victory hexes and eliminate all units. So we gotta go into the forest on the east and clear out the trench line on the top. Nice. Alright, excellent. I feel like I gotta send guys over to the east here as well. Barely are in the 2,000 range for our requisition, so we are definitely suffering resource losses here. See if my snipers can come up here and kill these guys so I can keep advancing. Doesn't really look like it at the rate I'm going. Bummer. Alright, good. They're down. Start working on those tank busters. It's a lot of weird boys there. Oh, shit. That was close. Thankfully I undid that before it exposed the guys, because once I expose the guys with their movement, then I can't undo the movement there. So that definitely would have been detrimental, because that would have definitely killed those guys. Gretchen of 30 school and weird boys with 80 models, they would do a shit ton of attacks. Well, time to start bringing my scout snipers up, I think. Yeah, it's interesting to me that the scout snipers that I get from missions that I don't get to keep, they get the land speeders, which gives them increased movement. But the ones that are actually mine, that I buy transports for, it's just regular rhinos. That was a weird game decision. I wonder if it was originally supposed to be land speeders, and they just converted it to a... Oops, shit. Damn it. I thought they had a range of 1, but apparently they got a range of 2. Gotta kill both them and the war boss, which will have eyes on my scouts. Damn, I don't have anybody that can get the kill. everybody's advancing. One more health, there you go. Let's bring you down to there. You guys can hide in the buildings. Alright, so got the north and then the forest, so I'm actually going to clear this map pretty quick, I think. Potentially in the next 4 turns, 4 or 5 turns, I would say. I'm actually a little surprised they didn't get aggroed, since you can definitely see my scouts, but I guess he decided to reinforce his boys instead. Well, let's keep letting those snipers come in. Bunch of shots here. Yeah, we are definitely blobbing up here. Guys. Let's finish these guys off here. Alright, we're up to 2,700 requisition. That's a bad spot. I'll be within vision. I'm just trying to figure out how far up these forces go. Guess what I'm not sure about. Are those the last of the enemy units or not? Because they very well could be. Unless they have more guys hidden in the forest there. Doesn't really look like they do. Take that. Alright, let's advance to the north trench line, and I think that's going to bring this to a close. Alright, take out these tank bustas. Hopefully we can continue our swarm attack here. guys. We just gotta kill these guys, and I think that's the end of the mission. Alright. Can't get in there, unfortunately. 17, 16, 11, 4. There we go. Victory. Nice. I think that's going to bring this to an end. Sure did. Alright, nobody's left. Alright, that was quite the slog, as you can imagine. It would be even crazier on the very hard difficulty, because then the units are getting, you know, plus 50 per squad instead of plus 20, so you can just imagine how many bonus... the vehicles obviously aren't 1 for 1, I think it converts it to a percentage, but, you know, in terms of those, you know, Mega Armor Knobs and Thraka and, you know, the Gretchen and those big blobs of 80, you know, that would be 30 more guys on there. So I think it kind of showed that the Flamer Land Raiders and things like that definitely helped clear out some guys from the trenches and things, but the problem is they just kind of bog down on those trenches and they get the defensive bonus, and then even if they can't do a full replenish with you engaging them into melee, they get a partial replenish, and that can be 30-40 guys when you get those massive model blobs, and if they get a 5% damage bonus on top of that, a defensive bonus and reduced damage from range, you can see how that can be an absolute nightmare. I suppose if you were going to be trying to beat this on the very hard difficulty, I'd definitely use more of those salamanders with their flamers, because they did do good things for us. I'm not totally sold on the other factions. You have to use like the centurions to get the more armor, in which case I usually go with the flamers because they get some additional shots. You know, each one of these is 432. Getting the support fire and things can also be very powerful. If you've seen that some of these playthroughs that I've done, problem is towards the end, what'll happen is they'll just continuously attack your support units instead of the units that are right next to them, and just doesn't make them a viable choice in most times, unless you're doing a defensive message, in which case, or a mission in which case the AI is just going to be slamming guys into your front line, in which case you get all that support fire. And if you can regularly set that up, then obviously using the Thunderfire Cannon is a great way to go, because it's got good damage, a decent amount of fire, and armor piercing, so it can do damage to both units, both infantry units and armored units. But once they start getting all those different people in the squad, though, even weaker tier guys can start doing damage to heavily tier just because of all the attacks that they get, and so then it allows them to just totally swarm down these Centurions and Terminators, and I had to stop reinforcing the Salamanders on that mission because it was just costing me too many resources. So on these harder difficulties, it's a big resource game about, you know, not suffering, reloading. It's just, that's a pain in the ass, and that's not a fun way to play. So I think if they would have just stopped with the very hard being the hardest challenging, or the hardest difficulty, it would have been reasonable, because it's still a little bit challenging, nothing crazy, but once you get from plus 30 to plus 50, you know, that additional 20 units is very difficult to deal with, especially with the kind of loadouts I do. Maybe you'd argue that I need to have a more diverse army, but I don't know. I think I'd use more Ironclad for the additional shots to help clear those guys out, but I do like the assault cannons to return fire to basic vehicles and things, because it can do some reasonable amounts of damage. But perhaps using more of the Ironclad to help clear those out. Now I think the Flamer should suffer more morale damage and things like that, so it should cause terror. Kind of like what happens with these... I thought some of these guys did the terror. Mess up their morale so they can't attack as much, because that's the big thing. Is once you start breaking the morale, even when they have all those different units there, it allows you to get in there and start doing more damage and not take as much back. So I think if they would have put a stronger importance on using flamers, and then they were going to have like siege damage and things like that too, that were going to help nullify the protection defensive bonuses, but it is what it is. So let's see. I'm assuming this is the last mission the way they were talking, and we just killed Thraka. Well, let's find out. Greetings, Captain. At last I have time to talk to you in person. Throughout this campaign I've admired the Ultramarines' discipline and proficiency in battle. You do your chapter proud, Captain. I will be speaking to Kelgar in person to let him know of your battle company's deeds. There are other chapters who would have balked at taking orders from another who did not share their chapter symbol, and yet the Ultramarines performed exceptionally out of duty and for the greater good of the campaign without any quarrels. Better be careful with that greater good talk there, Dante. You might get yourself labeled as a heretic to the tower here. You know that you did not sacrifice any personal glory in doing so, and I will make sure it is known to all. Armageddon is back in Imperial hands in no small part to your actions. I thank you. The Emperor thanks you. Go, return to Ultramar as heroes. Yeah, so that's the last mission then. Alright, so that is that campaign. It definitely was a little bit challenging, even on the very hard difficulty. I think that's definitely the difficulty I'd recommend playing this game on. There were several turns, or several missions, especially when you get into those cities, that I would be a couple turns back and I'd just get blocked up, you get some bad rolls, suffer some damage, and you just wouldn't be able to get the kills, and then with them being in the trenches and things, you couldn't always engage them with the dreadnoughts. So I think had I had saved the Space Marines, I would have had, you know, some sanguinary guard and things like that that have pretty good movement and can do good damage. But again, it's fine to have units that can do a lot of damage. The problem is when they get counterattacked, they take a bunch of damage too, and you need to be able to guarantee that you're getting the experience, because you could tell from the, or I assume you could tell just watching here, the units that have the most experience, you know, they were consistently doing significantly larger amounts of damage than the units that weren't. And I could be attacked and suffer 2 damage, or I could be suffering 15 damage, in which case it would be almost a full squad wipe. So like I said, if you're going to play the very hard difficulty, then you just got to sit there and reload turn after turn after turn and make sure you don't get just a unit doesn't get a bad roll, get massacred, end up grazing them, and then getting wiped out, because then you'll have to lose all the experience in the squad. So it's not a very fun way to play, in my opinion, because I think that having to reload and save scum is just kind of a bullshit thing. I mean, every once in a while I'll do it if something goes terribly wrong, but having to do it literally every turn when the orcs are moving in on you, and then having to memorize the positions for all the different units to try to just stay out of visual range, or exposing somebody to visual range to try to get everybody attacked as bait to get everybody out there. But then the problem is the AI will focus fire down on the unit, which is fine, but again, because you get short up on the requisition, it just becomes a very hard thing. So if anybody knows of some playthroughs on the very hard difficulty on these DLC, Vulcan's Wrath, Ultramar, what else? I think I was able to successfully do Orc Hunters. Oh, Golgotha. Those were the 3 that I could not beat without using a mod to increase the amount of shots that my guys were doing with the flamers and things and upgrading their armor, which is part of the reason I'm going back and doing some of this DLC now. But if you know somebody that's playing on a modded campaign and successfully does that in uploads, let me know, because I would definitely like to see what their force compositions and things are. You know, I was able to do it with the Orc Hunters because it was just all about using the heavy machine guns for stacking up bonuses, because it was mostly an infantry on infantry fight, and that was actually kind of a fun DLC. It got to be pretty redundant because you're just using the same force over and over again, but that's effectively what I'm doing on these DLC too. It's just you're playing different factions that have slightly different statistics on their units, but it's, you know, Venerable Dreadnoughts, Hellfire Dreadnoughts, a couple of Flamers to clear out the city, to get out the guys that aren't going to be moving in the trenches. So it is what it is. But thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe. It encourages me to post more content for you. Have a great day.